Thank you, Deejay. This video is Numi approved because you took an L. Yay! I have had a crazy freaking weekend. Let me just tell you that. The past couple days were the most, I would say, the strangest side quest I've gone on with Hami. I think of the two of us as though we are, you know, Harold and Kumar, Michael, Sarah, and Jonah Hill back in the day. You know, just a duo that does dumb shit together. That's how I think of Hami and I. We just do stupid things quite often. We have random side quests. One of the recent side quests being us signing up for kickboxing together and dragging Vtuber into it. Yeah, we just be a little silly. And the big news for me right now is what I have been up to the past couple days. It's a silly story, actually. Considering the past side quests, this one just seems even more ridiculous. So basically, Sunday after stream ended, I went to get dinner with Vtuber, the roomies, and Vtuber's family, and we were having a really good time. And then Yuzu was a little sick, so she couldn't come eat dinner with us, and so it took an unnecessarily long amount of time to get the fucking soup. I think they just forgot about it like 30 times before giving it to us, but we got the soup, and I brought it over to Yuzu's place. Yuzu and Tara ate their soup, and then I'm driving on the way home. On the way home, it was me, Hami, and Motorcycle Chan. Motorcycle Chan is Hami's bestie, and so the three of us are just on our way back home, and I don't remember how the conversation got started, but we are talking about random shit that you talk about when you're driving home with the besties and shit. And then I was like, I don't know how the conversation came up, but we were talking about our dream cars and shit. For me, you guys already know it's that Nissan 37Z. Any iteration of that kind of car, I fuck with heavy. I ended up getting kind of a soccer mom car because a lot of friends end up not driving here, but like flying to California, and it's cheaper than Ubering everywhere as I become the Uber driver, you know. So yeah, we're just talking, and she's like, yeah, actually my dream car isn't even a car, but it's like a motorcycle. And then I'm just sitting there, and then I'm just like, oh, really? Let's just get one. And then she was like, wait, really? Because Motorcycle Child already has a motorcycle. I was like, yeah. Why don't you go check Craigslist or like Facebook Marketplace or some shit, right? And so she's looking and then finds some that are like hella cheap starter ones, you know, because you can get them pretty cheap. And I'm just like, this would be really good content. This will get turned into really good content if we actually do this. And then we found somebody that was actually selling two that were the same model, color, and everything. And I was like, I wonder what color we should get. So some of you guys already knew what was going on if you were watching Michi's stream the other day, but we were in the chat, and then Hami and I were like, we should ask Michi what color I is my aura or whatever. And then we were like, hey, what do you think, you know, Numi's color is? And she said, I don't know, like a maroon red. I was like, okay, that's the color motorcycle we're gonna get. And she was like, wait, what? And then yeah, we were like, okay, let's try to find some. And then we found some. And then we're like, should we actually do this? And we're like, what if we start a stupid biker gang and call it like Virginia Room or some shit? We're like laughing so hard. And next day, we like, the guy that had two of them's like, yeah, I'm home. And then Motorcycle Chan was all like, are you sure? Like, I don't know, this guy's replies are a little dry. Maybe he's not trustworthy. I'm like, no, he's probably just an old guy that doesn't like to text. She's like, I don't know. We go over, he's just an old guy that doesn't like to text. And he has a collection of like 15 fucking motorcycles. He's like, yeah, you know, these ones, I love them a lot, but like, I found a newer, better one. And so I got that one, and I'm giving that one over there to my kid. And then I'm giving that one over there to my other kid. And I just like that one. It became an obsession. I just couldn't stop myself. I just kept buying them and buying them. I just can't help it. Anyways, nice to meet you girls. And then Hami had to go to the doctor, so she left, and it was just me and Motorcycle Chan. She ended up driving them back to the place, and then we got a good ass deal on them. And we're like, this is gonna be the craziest, most fun, stupid idea in the whole world. If you guys want to know exactly what kind of motorcycle it is, wink, wink. We're not trying to spoil anything, but you could do some deep thinking if you really know me and the fact that I'm a big puss and actually don't really like motorcycles because they're scary. But we got a little taste of it when we were on those little grab scooters and shit. You know, being in the wind, feeling it on our face and stuff. As always, there's a little twist, you know. But just know that everybody was like obviously going to be worried about my safety when I'm like a big pussy and would never drive a motorcycle. So just keep that in mind when you think about what we ended up getting, you know. It's the element of secrecy, surprise, because I want y'all to see it when I post the video. So that's been the video, and Motorcycle Trot has been teaching us how to do it. And in the same day that we got it, we booked lessons to get to take this thing called the MSF, where it's like the thing where you take a course, and then we put lessons to get our fucking motorcycle license in the next like week. I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. What the fuck are we doing? And in all the videos, my mom is just like, oh my god, Numi Pai, be careful, Numi Pai. And I'm like, mother, please relax. And then we're on call with my relatives in the Philippines, and she's like, oh my god, wait, like that's like nice like mine, what the fuck? And my mom's like, oh my god. And then Javi and I were like practicing and using them good until we got a little comfy, and then like I showed it to my dad, and I thought my dad would have the same reaction, but because it's a safer thing, my dad was like, wow. And so today I'm trying to teach my dad how to do it, right, how to use it, a nice one. And so like, you know, I'm just like, okay, Dad, you have to do this. And he like goes forward a little bit, and he just fucking keeps going. I was like, Dad. And then he just keeps fucking going. And I'm just like speeding after him. I'm like, Father, no. And then he was fine. He's like, no, it was actually pretty easy once I got the hang of it. I'm like, oh my God. Bro wasn't wearing a helmet. He's like, well, why would I wear a helmet? They're lame. I'm like, I will never let you fucking touch this shit if you do that. You may be able to get away with it somehow when we're snowboarding and skiing, but not with this. Anyways, sometimes it's very interesting. My dad is like an old dude, whatever, but random moments like that is when his younger self just appears out of nowhere and just goes crazy and then scares the shit out of me. Oh my God, he scared me so bad. Why would he do that? Oh my God. Anyways, I FaceTime Tara because I was surprising people and getting their reactions. I'm like, Dad, can I show you something? And she was like, okay. And so then I FaceTime her, and then she was like, wow. I'm like, you think this is gonna make me look gay? And she's like, I think you just managed to get the kind of bike that makes you look the most femme straight you could have ever fucking looked. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. So, you know, you know, if you guys could probably already visualize what it is exactly we got, but make it a cute little surprise. Let's just say it's a lot safer than a motorcycle. Did you get a fast one at least? Fuck no! Hello? Fuck no! Shit! No, I'm not going on the freeway with this shit. No. I'm a big pussy. I'm a pussy. Pussy. That's me. P-U-S-S-Y. That's what I am. You think I'm capable of doing shit like that? I'd be better off running than getting on a bike and fucking going brrr. Yeah. Heck no. Anyways, how many cc's? 150. Guys, come on. This is me we're talking about here. You think I'm really gonna pull up in a fucking motorcycle going brrrr? Did I name the motorcycle Eater 150? No, it's actually named Bean. And I had to get, like, we're getting new tires for it. And so I, like, hired some dude to come do it because we can't, like, drive anywhere yet. And the guy's just like, did you do this and this? And I'm like, sir, I'm so sorry. I cannot help you with this information. I am just a girl. And he's like, yeah, like, no worries. I'm like, okay, thank you. So, like, you know. And we went to this motorcycle shop. Like this big emporium place, and Motorcycle Tron's like, be careful. There's gonna be biker guys that are gonna try to chat you up. I'm like, you really think they would do that even knowing the kind of motorcycle we got, the bike that we got? And she's like, no, if it's a woman driving on something with like two wheels, I don't think it'll really matter to them. And I was like, oh. Anyways, we made best friends with the employees there because we went back like 4 times because we didn't really know what to do. And then every time we go in, I'm like, man, these guys gonna be fucking sick of us. And then I said, sorry, I know you're probably sick of us. And he's like, no, like we get new people all the time that are like this, it'd be like that sometimes. And I was like, oh, okay. Thank God, because you're probably gonna see us even more because I don't know shit. And he was like, what do you mean by that? And I was like, we got the bikes yesterday. We thought about getting them 2 days ago and we're taking the test this weekend. And he was like, can I see them? And then we learned how to drive them well enough to try to drive there. And I walk up and I was like, we took your advice and here we are. And he was like, can I look at it? And then I was like, yeah. And then he looked at it, he's like, wow, nice. And then, yep, that was it. So yeah, you know, kind of ate that shit up. And then I didn't know this, but on these motorcycles, there's a thing called a cardo that they install onto your helmet, and then you can like link it with other people and like just talk to each other. So it sounds like me and Hami are in a COD lobby when we're driving it. I'll be like, hello, over, and then she'd be like, hello, Numi, over. Like, can I get a number 12, please? With no pickles, please. Thank you so much. And yeah, the biggest issue is okay. Hami is shorter than the average person. She is blessed with the Filipina genes of being very, very small, to the point where she can't really. It's difficult for her to touch the floor unless she's wearing platforms. And so we'd be like going and she'd be like, oh my gosh, I can barely like touch the floor at a stop sign. And I'm like, are you good? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. So we have to like get her seat lowered, but like we make it back and then we're like in the group chat with the roomies and I'm like, Avery, please do not mind the 2 random bikes that are appearing in the backyard. And he said, what? He's like, what the fuck? And we're like, so anyways, we got 2 bikes. And he was like, what? For who? And we're like, for us. And he was like, what? And yeah. And then yesterday we kept it a secret for a couple days, but I had my mom walk Linian over to a random spot in a corner of our street, and she's like, what the fuck is going on? And then we'd pull up going like 5 miles an hour because we're big pussies right now, and she was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And yeah, we're like, did you expect this? And she's like, I could have thought up 4 million fucking things and I would have never ever assumed that you guys would ever do something like this. And we're like, yeah, it's just a random thought that we had one night. And I think that's probably why my sleep has been so shit, is because like I will sleep and then wake up at like 6 again and just wake up excited because I was like, I get to show somebody the bike. Yeah, no, my mom thinks that I'm driving a bike that can go like 90 miles an hour. She's like, oh my God, please be careful. I'm like, girl, like you could probably like run faster than how fast I'm going right now. Like, worst thing that could happen to me if I fell at that speed is what? I think I probably will get more bruises in kickboxing at where I am right now. I don't know. I might hit 60 on a downhill slope with the wind at my back if I'm not like clutching the brakes in pure fear of what could possibly happen to me. Oh my God, where did you get this picture of me and Hami? We haven't even posted anything yet. What the heck? Guys, stop doxing me. So stupid, bro. You don't need to go fast to get a gnarly road rash. I still think that like I've like gotten that kind of stuff by falling off like scooters when I was younger. Obviously it's not the same, but like I think the pain from the bruises that I got from kickboxing hurt me more. But I mean, I was going a little crazy because I'm like the, kickboxing champion or whatever. That bike still might be too tall for Hami. You're not wrong. So this is why your sleep has been shit. Okay, to give you like, I feel as though this is like a similar feeling that you get when you're young and it's Christmas Eve and you need to sleep to wake up to see if Santa left you presents. That's what it feels like. That's what it's been feeling like the past 2 days. And then the time that I'm not like riding my bike, I'm just playing Fields of Mystria. Y'all, crazy thing. I think what am I at for my playtime? Let me take a look at my account. It is now like top 10 most played in my whole Steam history, which is like so fucking funny. Anyways, it's not even a lot. But my playtime right now for Fields of Mystria is like 42 hours. And I was like, wow, I really put in some numbers. And then I go onto the Reddit. I actually have been using the Reddit because I've been trying to take pictures of people's farms to use as a blueprint for my own. And these guys are like, yeah, I'm at my 600th hour. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing? Hello? Me thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like playing I'm like crazy. Like, oh my God. And then like, I'm like, oh no, those are the people that played before 1.0. And then somebody's like, yeah, it's been like, you know, it's been around like 200 hours since I got the game. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are y'all even sleeping? Are y'all even sleeping on this game? But yeah, so if you guys want an update, me and Celine are, you know, we're really serious right now. Yeah, like she's at a red heart, and I can propose, but I'm trying to like work on my work first, because I put so much into maxing my mining level, my farming level, and my other skills that I have put nothing into making my house look cute. So it's just like 5 chests, a bed for my dog, a bed for me, and like a magic ball because I thought it looked cool. And like Celine likes flowers and shit, so I have to make a flower room for her. So I'm not trying to pop the question until, you know, again. And you know, guys, another thing about this game is you can date as many people as you want, but the second that you tie the knot with somebody, you become best friends with everybody else, right? And like, I know that that means you're encouraged to try it out with everybody and pick whoever you want. But I'm already like, I feel like I'd be betraying Celine, you know? Like, I know that Juniper is the other person that I was trying to, you know, see how, if they're a match for me or whatever. But then I'm like, I can't. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't betray Celine. So I have to make a new fucking save, which there's no way I'm going to be able to give it as much love as I've been giving the one that I'm working on right now, because I've put so much of my time into this shit, y'all. Like, when I'm done, I gotta lock the fuck back in again, you know what I mean? And so like, I just can't. And so like, I don't know, maybe I can create a new save with where I am right now, but instead choose Juniper. I don't know, we'll figure something out. We'll see if I'm able to do that. I don't know if I can, but I'll try my damn hardest. I'm sorry, it's funny at the thought of you randomly pulling up to someone's house on a pit bike. You're telling me that you wouldn't think I'm the most badass person alive? You going 5 mpm is so badass. I feel like you're being sarcastic. I feel like you guys are being sarcastic, and I don't know how to feel about that. 5 miles is more than none. That is true. And yes, I am capable of running my average mile at around 8 miles an hour. So like, I could probably run faster than me going 5 miles, but I pushed. At one point, I went to 35, okay? At one point, I did. Yeah, I got way too scared afterwards and immediately pushed on the brakes and shit, but like, trust me, I am so capable of doing things that you guys would just never believe. Like, maybe tomorrow I'll go 36. Yeah, exactly. How long did I go 35 miles an hour? For like 2 seconds. But still, I think the time I spent going that time, that speed, does not mean as much as the fact that I did reach those speeds. 2 seconds is a long time seas. Yes, I agree. Actually, yes. Yes, because I was like, and then I was like, whoa, I can't let them know I'm a baddie yet, and so that's why I slowed down. Like saying ara ara years ago and being cringe at the same time, like that's a crazy comparison. And you make me sick. Anyways, so like, yeah, Noombas, if y'all got a biker gang, let me pull up. Yeah, we're gonna be going like 2 miles an hour, but just trust in the fact that we're showing off more than how fast we can go. But the beautiful bikes that we worked so hard to you know, bring for the community. Like, yeah, I could probably pedal faster on, you know, a non-electrical bike, but still, it's the thought that counts. But then we're like, I'm in the group chat with Motorcycle Chad and Hami, right? And then Hami's like, let's go on a road trip. I'm like, do you truly think these old ass bikes that we bought are capable of lasting an entire road trip with us going like fucking 15 miles an hour? Oh my god, it's crazy. Numi the cougar. Now what in God's name is wrong with you to think that I would be into that shit? If you know Akuma Nihmune, you already know that I'm into MILFs and DILFs. If there's anybody younger than me, they are invisible for as long as I will be older than you, which is forever, which is, there's no chance for you. Sorry, I like them a little wrinkly, if you could say, yeah. I do also like short kings. I also do realize that my taste is a little bit different than a lot of other girls that you may know. But then again, there are friends that are into weirder things. Just look at Vienna. Look at Bao. That's just 2 examples. Remember, we are VTubers. If anything, me thinking 5'7" and 5'8" kings are beautiful, I could be considered the more normal one. You like them with city miles on them. Like, it's like me being so, different from, people on regular bikes. Because I'm so advanced on my new bike going super duper fast and shit. Like, I gotta have somebody on that level. It is like my comparison that I'm making. Why do you guys look at me like that when I'm being hardcore? And why do you guys say sure, bud? I'm pretty sure Bao can bench press you by now. Yeah, she can. She could probably beat the shit out of me. I'm not strong. She's always been stronger, bro. She's always been stronger. That's why you have them on your side. Okay? I've seen the way she was willing to, throw somebody in a trash can for me. And I'm like, I will never be on her bad side. Numi being hardcore is like Bubbles being hardcore. Bubbles are pretty hardcore. I don't know. If it gets in your eyes, it would hurt. Don't forget to subscribe, rate this 10 out of 10 stars, and give love to Bao.